And you know, I don't like projecting the fact that I have a visual impairment. And I know people would understand. And I know if I look up close to things, people are obviously going to assume that I can't see very well. But you know, I don't like Hello YouTube, it is Sly from Anna Gamer Creations and Anna Gamer Cosplay. I'm here to do another kind of talking video about my visual impairment / blindness. I made a video previously that I will put somewhere in the cards up here or in the description down below. I'll actually put a link in the description regardless if I put a card up. But I encourage you guys to go see that. It's just a little more info about me. So if you guys want to go check out that video, that'd be great, because it just kind of explains a little bit more about me and how my vision is and why it's the way it is and why my eyes do what they do. So feel free to go watch that. And today I will be talking about things that suck about being a blind cosplayer or a visually impaired cosplayer. And don't get me wrong, there are some really good things, like really good things, because cosplay in general is just a really fun thing to do. But you know, there are some pretty big downsides when you have a handicap, or you know, any kind of handicap. I'm assuming I only have a visual impairment, so I don't know, I can't speak for anyone else really, but I'm gonna be talking about those things right now. So if you would like to hear those things, please stay tuned. Okay, so one of the things that sucks about being a blind cosplayer, and I did mention this in my other video, is not being able to wear contacts. And I know that's more of a luxury thing, but you know, in general, cosplay is a luxury thing regardless. But I really like the look of, you know, when people are wearing contacts, especially people with like characters with the crazy eyes. Like I'll insert some pictures here of some crazy stuff. And you know, it'd be just cool to have that look, and it's hard to edit eyes. I've done it before. Like, it's not that hard to change the color of your eyes in Photoshop or whatever, but it's really hard to do it when it's like crazy and stuff. And you can't edit them in videos either, so if you're doing skits and whatnot, you still don't have that full look. Which, I mean, it's cool. You don't have to be completely perfect in your cosplay, and trust me, I'm definitely okay with that. But just for myself personally, it would be nice to have, you know, be able to wear contacts. Another thing that really sucks is getting around the con. So for me, I mentioned before my video, my vision is 2300, and that's pretty bad. And I don't know, like for instance, if I'm standing at a crosswalk, and you know how like a four lane street, how long that is? You guys, I'm sure you guys with 20/20 vision can see like down to the next few blocks. I have no idea how far you guys can see because I've never experienced it, but I can't make out most things that is just across that 4-lane street. And getting around a con, especially something like Comic-Con, I've only been there once. It was so crowded, you guys, and I couldn't even figure out how to get through anything. I couldn't see where things were. I couldn't see what was on tables from far away, so I would have to just like look up close and stuff like that. So getting around smaller cons is easier if they're like in hotels, just because, I don't know, but it all depends on lighting too. Okay, I have a really hard time with lighting. So when I'm in a dimly lit room, it's pretty much like, especially if I come in from a bright room, it's literally impossible for me to see for a good while. And even after that, it's tricky because sometimes I just don't see things, and I can trip, I can run into things. I run into things a lot when it's dim or when it's dark, and not only is it just like kind of like, oh my gosh, it's frustrating, it's embarrassing. At least to me, it's embarrassing because I'm just stumbling around, running into things, and it's just kind of like, ugh, especially like when I'm in cosplay too, and it's just like, I probably look like a hot mess. And like people who are just seeing you and don't know you, they don't know what the hell's going on with you. They're just like, what is this girl doing? Just walking, stumbling into things, like, you know, I mean, it's just, it sucks. Another thing that sucks, kind of going off of getting around the con is going through Artist Alley and the Dealers Hall. Especially Artist Alley, because I love supporting artists. I love buying posters, I love buying original artwork, I love buying fan art, all of that stuff. But like when I can't see very well, like you guys when I said I couldn't see like across the street, I meant it. So when I'm in a crowded Dealers Hall or Artist Alley, I can't see crap that's on those tables. I have to get up, get my face like right up there. Like, let me turn to the side. I gotta get my face like this, guys. Like, I'm not even kidding. Hold on, let me try and, I got my phone right here. Hold on. So here's my phone. Shout out to Oba on the screen. Okay, so I want to show you guys how close I have to look to see. So, okay, here's my notifications right here, and you can see right now it's small. I want to show you first of all how big it is when I have to look at it through magnifier. So there's the magnifier, how big I have to see, and here it is small again, and then I'm going to turn to the side so you can see. I have to look literally this freaking close to see, to read it, and I can barely read it and it's blurry, and I can see it says Facebook on that top thing. I'm listening to a retro Nickelodeon podcast right now, which is awesome, by the way. But yeah, that's how close I have to look to read normal print, and that's how close I usually have to look for these Artist Alley photo posters and artwork and stuff. And then, you know, they have them all hanging on the wall and everything. I gotta like try and strain my eyes to see them, and like, you know, I can't get that close because they're behind tables. So I mean, I'm sure if I just asked, they would let me like go back there and look. But you know what? I have social anxiety. I get scared of asking people anything. I get like, my mind is just crazy, you guys. I don't like asking people for things. I don't like asking people for help. It's just, I don't know. I feel so embarrassed, and my heart starts beating really fast, and I get like, ugh. Anyway, so yeah, that's a struggle. And you know, I don't like projecting the fact that I have a visual impairment. And I know people would understand. And I know if I look up close to things, people are obviously going to assume that I can't see very well. But you know, I don't like, I don't like just making it outwardly known. And I know I need to stop doing that. And I shouldn't care. But yeah, I do. And it sucks. Another thing that sucks is obviously making costumes. Just because it takes me longer. You know, so I have to have my fiance do my patterns, tracing them out, cutting them out, blah, 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 stuff like that, because I can't see the pattern sheets, obviously. And I do all the sewing primarily, but there are some things that I do need help with, and also figuring out details on reference images. Sometimes colors don't look right for my, whoa, I almost fell over. Okay then. Yeah, what was I saying? Okay, I was talking about costumes and how to make them. Oh yeah, details. So sometimes colors get really weird with me. Like when I had cataracts, it was really, really, really bad, but it's still kind of tricky with blues, like darker, like navy blues and blacks. I can't really tell the difference. Sometimes dark greens from blues, I can't tell the difference. Like all the dark colors, sometimes I get mixed up. Green, not so much, but definitely blue, purple, brown, black. Definitely I get mixed up. Green and blue sometimes is tricky. Pinks and reds sometimes. But something that would take like someone a week to make a full costume, it would take me like maybe 3 weeks to a month, just because I just work slower. I don't want to stab myself with a sewing machine, which I've done before. I probably have scars on my fingers from doing this. I've gotten needles stuck through, literally through my fingers before. So that was fun. And I almost bled on an entirely white cosplay, which thank God I didn't. And styling wigs, you know, basically what I need when styling wigs is really, 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 really good lighting. Like surround lighting, bright lighting. I need like really bright lighting because that's the best I can see. So I have LEDs. I like natural light bulbs. Those are my favorite because they just make everything really, like, the contrast is upped a lot and you just see a lot more detail when you have natural light bulbs. Another thing that sucks, and this is really nothing to do with my vision, I don't think. I mean, I guess it could be stemming from my vision because of how self-conscious I am about it, but just going up to people and talking to them. I mentioned before with my social anxiety on my other video about this. It's hard for me because people are going to notice right away that there's something wrong with me because of the way my eyes shake. I can't look at people straight because my eye will shake the worst. For some reason, my eye tends to drift to the side right there. Like, okay, I'm going to show you right now. Where I'm comfortable looking is like that. And that looks really strange. And I tend to blink a lot because I want to look straight ahead, right? But I don't want my eyes to shake a lot, so I'll blink and look around, or I'll blink and like go like that, or you know, I do that stuff just so I can kind of hide it, but I probably look more obvious, but you know, I don't know. People will notice right away that I have something wrong with my eyes, and I usually don't mind talking about it, but then, you know, just people ask questions. It's like, oh, what's wrong with your eyes? And it's just like, the way people ask is just kind of rude, you know, sometimes. And they're like, oh, what's wrong with your eye? Like, why does it shake? Why does it do this and that? And I know they mean, like, I know they're just curious, but you guys need to word your stuff differently, okay? Just be like, oh, I noticed, like, you know, your eyes are doing something, like, blah blah blah. I don't know how you would ask me. I honestly don't know. Just it's my thing I need to get over, so just ask me. But be nice about it. And another thing is getting around like outside of the con, like going to get food or driving somewhere or whatever. I can't do that. So Uber is awesome, Lyft is awesome. It gets pricey. But I mean, Uber is great. Uber is so good, especially for visually impaired and blind people. It's actually not that expensive if you're just going like a few blocks and you don't know where you're going, because for someone who's visually impaired, going somewhere where you don't know where you're going sucks, especially for me. I don't like, I like knowing exactly where I'm walking, what's around me, because sometimes I won't know if there's like a pole that's the height of my knee in a spot, and I will freaking trip over it. I swear to you, I will find a way. But if I know it's there and I've been there before and I know it, I can avoid it. So that's why I don't like doing that. And for me, after my cataract surgery, my eyes, my pupils don't really close as much as they used to. So my eyes take in more light than they used to. So during the day, it's really bright for me. I have to wear sunglasses pretty much when I'm outside. I don't need to wear them inside or anything, just because inside lights are fine. It's just going out, especially when the sun is like really bright and stuff, it's just sometimes overwhelming for me, and it's just really bright. So especially if it's like that, and then I'm in a place, I'm out walking to like, trying to walk to a restaurant or something that I don't know where it is, I don't know where I'm going. Luckily, I usually have people walking with me, so I can just follow them. I have to do a lot of public transportation. I have to do a lot of Uber and stuff like that, and that stuff costs money. But I mean, so does driving, because you gotta pay for gas and whatever. But yeah, it's just a little more inconvenient because you have to find bus stops. Like Uber is easy because you can just call them, they come pick you up, blah blah blah. Like Uber's fine, but like the bus and like public transportation is a little harder just because you have to find a bus stop. You gotta try and find their fares. They might not drop you off at the right place, blah blah, you know. So that's another little bit of a struggle. It's not that bad. I guess that's it. And that's what sucks about being a blind and visually impaired cosplayer. Thanks guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a really fabulous day. Please don't forget to like and subscribe as always, and leave a comment down below of any other videos you'd like to see, or if you have any kind of disability or any kind of disability, mental or physical. You can put down what is hard for you while you're cosplaying, or me know what kind of things you find annoying, irritating, hard as a cosplayer, so I'd really like to know. Don't forget to visit our Patreon. We offer $1 a month at the lowest, $20 a month at the highest. If you join our $20 a month group, you can get a chance to win one fully styled wig, styled by me, each month of your choice if you are picked to be the winner of that month. Once we get enough patrons in the $20 bracket for this, we will start doing the giveaways. But if you can't afford $20 a month and you just want to do $1 a month, that is totally fine. And even if you don't want to join our Patreon, there is no pressure at all. Everything here is always going to be free. I will sometimes be putting tutorials up earlier on my Patreon, and that is one of the perks of the $1. But I will always put them up on here eventually. So even if you don't have the funds to support us through Patreon, that's totally fine. You can enjoy us for free here on YouTube always. And that's it. So I love all of you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!